I'd like to reverse the question and ask, how do we stop the killing? How do we stop the suffering?
For everything that happens, there has to be a reason. The way we live, the food we eat, the amount of money we got in our pockets. If none of this is suitable, then we're gonna leave home with an attitude. If we really look at things for what it's really worth, our problem is really not among ourselves. Because the things that we argue and fuss and fight over, it's not coming from us, it's coming from environment. The brother is not his problem. His problem comes from someplace else. So what we're trying to create here is let's find out where our problems are coming from.
This is proof that the living conditions and environment is the real problem. And this is proof that it's still going on today the same way it has been for over 30 years.
The Cabrini Green Project is what public housing has come to symbolize in Chicago for more than a quarter of a century. But in an effort to disperse the city's poor, who are mostly black, the new public housing proposals call for construction of duplexes, two-story townhouses, three-story apartment buildings, all to be scattered in the predominantly white areas of Chicago. This lot on Kaminsky Avenue is one of 275 sites identified under federal court order by the Chicago Housing Authority for low-income families. It would have a duplex on a street of single-family homes, and the homeowners are obviously upset.
All I got to say is, all the do-gooders, all the people that are always telling us what to do, they don't practice what they preach. Why don't they go over there and put them by their neighborhoods? They won't do it. They're always telling us what to do. After all, we have a few rights of our own, too.
Well, it's going to bring down the value of everybody's property.
Why do you think that?
Because, well, I don't know why. You see those other projects they have and they don't take care of them.
As long as we broke killing each other and on drugs, they don't care. But once we turn our environment to our benefit and become successful, only then it's a problem. Black people didn't start capitalizing off of the struggle. But being that black people relate to the struggle with living in poverty, crime-filled communities, they were inspired from the gangster movies and shows of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, making it out of the struggle by telling their story, which is the American dream.
Compton was the American dream. Sunny California, with a palm tree in the front yard, the camper, the boat. Temptingly close to the Los Angeles ghetto in the 50s and 60s, it became the black American dream. Open housing paved the way as middle-class blacks flooded into the city. Whites don't buy houses in Compton anymore. Now, with 74% of the population, black power is the fact of life, from banks to bowling alleys. But the dream that many blacks thought they were buying has turned sour. Though the mayor and 4 out of 5 city councilmen are black, they have been unable to solve the problems of crime and growing welfare, which is slowly turning suburban Compton into an extension of the black inner city. Crime is now as high as the ghetto. 47 homicides last year gave Compton one of the highest per capita rates in the country. Juvenile gang activity, muggings, small robberies make some blacks want to leave. Compton officials blame outsiders for much of their crime problem, but there is general agreement the police force is undermanned. When the gang problem got out of hand in the high schools, parents volunteered to help tutor and counsel students, and the situation cooled. But crime is just one of Compton's unique problems.
In any black neighborhood or whatever, you got it. They got gangs, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been to one that don't have no gangs. They got gangs.
Right, hip-hop's energy begins in the street gang culture, very specifically the black space.
The Bronx streets was dominated by Caucasians. That's an important footnote for hip-hop history. That's an important thing to understand as far as American history, New York City history, Bronx history. Bronx was dominated by Caucasians at that time.
And then they heard of the black spades, and they had their name and their center pads.
And all of this atmosphere led to the African-American youth organizations, what they call youth gangs, of the late 1960s, early 70s. Some of these African-American street organizations, like the Black Spades, formed to fight oppression.
Started the Spades when we was, what, 14, 13, something like that, around that age. Around that area. It was 1968, 123.
Right.
123, junior high school, James M. Curran. Right. We started because we had other gangs around the neighborhood that we couldn't go past certain areas.
Right.
They was always threatening us.
True, some gangs' purpose is negative, but it's only a reflection of the reality they already live in. And also, gangs were birthed from teenagers. Some did have a purpose, but you can't expect grown thinking from every teenage kid. The movie Sonny Carson is a visual of the black youth in the ghetto in the 70s.
Extreme pleasure that I present this year's I Am an American Award to young Robert Carson. You, Robert, are a splendid example of the American dream. Oh, boy, 13.
Why did you do it?
I don't know.
I ought to whip your tail right here in the street.
'Cause some white man told you to?
I'm Sonny Carson, a warlord of the Lord. But if you want to be a lord, you gotta go through the old mill.
Hip-hop was a youth-oriented movement.
Right.
It's not adults.
Right.
It's youth-oriented.
Right.
And the adults were very young adults. Very, very young.
Right.
And those adults were still connected to us.
The gang scene in New York created the hip-hop culture out of poverty, which is a positive from a negative. The media manipulates the masses by pushing hip-hop. Reality rap is the reason for the negativity in the black community. When in fact, the youth making songs about surviving their harsh realities and poverty, and the songs getting 1 million views creates legal way out the hood.
I am a nightmare walking psycho.
Ice-T explains that 1988 was the first time national awareness about LA gang violence was made public to America, despite having over 300 gang-related murders that year before.
Now, when they wanted to do the movie, first they said, let's shoot it in Chicago. And then Dennis Hopper said, let's shoot it in LA.
15th April 88, Colors drops.
People said, we have gangs in LA?
So it would have been about Chicago?
Well, they wanted to make a movie about gangs, but they didn't know there were gangs in LA. That year, 360 kids had died, almost one a day in LA. But no one even, it wasn't spoken. It's like Black Lives Matter. No one talks about us. We were just getting killed.
There's been another violent weekend among the gangs of California.